Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 9th. You have this black cat card. It says your luck will change soon. You have this hindrance card. It says fate has blocked this path for you. I feel like this hindrance card is something that you've been dealing with for a while. Just even looking at your astrology, I would say that over the past, maybe year or so, that you have maybe felt blocked or feel blocked in some area of your life. Probably work for most of you, but it's not like a real blockage in the sense that, it is a blockage. I feel like some of you feel like you can't get ahead, but I think that it also, and sure, we'll take two cards here, why not? I think that it's also kind of like a different type of blockage where there are certain, things that you want to do in work and you can't, or maybe there's like a certain way that you want to express yourself in work or business, and maybe you're afraid of losing all your customers or something like that. So I think that Virgos are dealing with a lot of that. The good news is this is a pretty good reading, and you start with the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So the Ten of Pentacles, of course, is my card of everything you want and desire in your life. So for a lot of you, I think you are very focused on all your wants and desires. Like I always say, this comes up for pretty much all the earth signs, the Ten of Pentacles. I think that the energy in Taurus, we had a lot of energy in Taurus. We still have Uranus in Taurus as well, and for a little while longer. And so this Uranus in Taurus energy, Taurus trines all the earth signs. And what I would say is that this could be kind of creating this, desire for freedom, or the desire for more freedom in work or business. But it could also be like the freedom to express yourself, the freedom to say what you want in work or business, or whatever the case may be. So I think for a lot of you that it's kind of like, I think you're going to start noticing small changes first here, Virgo, is kind of like what I'm getting off this card. Like your routine is going to start changing, and then this is going to like change your mindset, and then that will change the way that you work or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense to some of you. You have the Three of Cups. I feel like there is a lot of support for you, but the Five of Swords showing up here, you have Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. As I've probably said to you before, Virgo, I think, major challenge for Virgo is like which relationships can you trust and which ones can't you trust. So you've probably had at least one thing that's happened to you in regards to like trusting connections or relationships. And I'm not even just talking about love. I'm talking about, work relationships, business relationships, friendships, pretty much everything. The Three of Cups is a good card, especially having the Ten of Pentacles here, because it would kind of represent finding your tribe, or, finding a group to belong to. So a lot of you could be in that kind of like in the finishing moments, or I don't know what, it's like you're at the end of a stage of friendships, and some of you might be noticing that your friendship circle is shrinking, but it's not like really shrinking. I think that it's just becoming more concentrated, right? Maybe that's a better word to use, and I think that this would represent like more quality connections coming in for you here. You have the Five of Swords. Again, I feel like I said this to you in your last reading, although I could be wrong. I feel like you are walking away from something with your head held high. It's like, yes, you're walking away from something, but at the same time, I feel like you are walking away with your head held high. So, again, I kind of see this as a good thing, this energy for you here, Virgo. It's like, did I say Taurus? I feel like I called you Taurus a minute ago, but I don't know. Hopefully I didn't. But anyway, I feel for a lot of you, again, you're kind of like walking away from something with your head held high. And let's see, before I keep talking, let's see where this is going. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands. Really good, I would say. Eight of Wands is quick success, quick conclusions, something happening very quickly. And so I do feel like there could be success coming in for you very quickly. For those of you that want love, you go King of Cups down to the Hierophant. So there definitely could be a person that's coming in for you, or you could start communicating with a new person if you want love. Even if you don't want love, and even if you do, Eight of Wands is an amazing card for socializing. And again, I was getting something here about like more concentrated connections where maybe you, like, I don't think you necessarily like have less friends, right? Although maybe. I just think that you're more focused on concentrated relationships, like the better ones, right? With the Three of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands here. I want to see what else is going on. And the Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for something. Queen of Wands also says you're very attractive at this time. So if you do want love, all these socializing cards would say it would be an amazing time for you to socialize. The Queen of Wands is also kind of about learning as you go. And you have the Fool to the Star. The Fool to the Star would represent really going after a dream, which a lot of people seem to be doing right now. And the Queen of Wands says there are going to be moments where you're not going to know what to do, but you have to do it anyway. So don't be afraid to, just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, is what the Queen of Wands says, and you need to keep going. With the Five of Swords, you have the Strength card. Yes, exactly like I said, you have developed a lot of strength. I feel some of you could absolutely be walking away from something with your head held high, and this has created a lot of strength. I even think that you could be like turning into a star. You know, you have this Star card here, and so you could be kind of, you know, whatever this experience was, you know, the Five of Swords, some sort of challenge, probably involving another person or a group of people or other people. You know, this was meant to develop strength inside of you so that you could really stand out more in the future. You know, the other interesting thing is it's like sometimes, you know, I don't know how to say what I want to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Sometimes I think it's like we know exactly what to do in our lives, or we know what the answer is, right? But we don't do it. And I think that you're about to do something that you have already done before, but maybe there have been some fears that have come up recently that have prevented you from doing this. Like, I'll give you an example. You know, kind of like having a business failure, right? It's like, I think that a lot of business people have a bunch of business failures, and it's like they do it a bunch of times, but they have had a successful business, and they're afraid to start the next successful one. Same thing with relationships. It's like you've probably had relationships that are relatively successful, and so it's like if you're afraid of starting a new one, it's like, no, you've been successful before. Maybe some mistakes were made, but it's like you could easily do it again and just avoid the mistakes. And I kind of feel like that's what this reading is saying, but I also feel like it's saying you have done something before. Next, you have this Intuition card, and this is coming up in the area of what's coming in for you, and this Observe card. So literally, I feel this is saying, you know, observe your intuition, observe how you feel about, you know, this, that, and the other thing, doesn't matter what it is, and follow your feelings. The King of Cups, which you have in the middle here, literally says follow your feelings. You have the Fool, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith, and the Fool is what really tells me you have done something before. He has these tattered sleeves on his cloak, and the tattered sleeves on the Fool, you know, the Fool, we go from the Fool to the world, and then he just starts all over again as a Fool. And so the tattered sleeves say that he has done this before. He has been on this journey, the Fool's journey, before. So I feel like you have done something before, and it worked, but it did work out for you. And I feel like, you know, like I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but you know, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like maybe you up and, you know, quit your business before and started another one. It was successful, and it's like if you have that business today, the one that you quit and built up, you could be saying to yourself like, oh, I don't want to start another one because I have this one and it's relatively successful, even though your heart might be telling you to make a change. Same thing in love. It's like maybe you've sworn off love, but maybe your heart is telling you it's time to open up for love, and you're just like, you know, I think you need to realize that it's like you have all the tools, you know, you have all the things you need to carry you through, you know, whatever this situation is. You have the King of Cups. Again, King of Cups has very deep emotions. He's sitting in the deep ocean, and he has explored his emotions to a deep level, so he knows what to do. He knows how to kind of like trust his heart. He is, and you can see here that he's sitting in these choppy waters. I almost just said shitting in these choppy waters. So hopefully you're not doing that, Virgo. But what I would say is he has explored his emotions to a very deep level, and so he knows how he feels about what he wants to do, and he trusts his heart. He doesn't worry about the things that are going on around him, right? And so I really feel that's what the King of Cups is saying. It's like you need to trust yourself. You have the Ten of Wands. You know, it's like I'm wondering if this is a little bit of like burnout energy. It's like sometimes I think we get to that stage of burnout and we don't have energy because we're burnt out, right? And so I think a lot of people feel burnt out right now. And I would do that. You know, that's why I encourage people to do fun things, to rest, relax, recover. You have the Star here. The Star can definitely represent healing yourself, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. Because again, I think people are having a hard time like seeing the forest through the trees. You know, he's got all these wands in front of his face, so he can't see how close he is to having a harvest. You know, those 10 wands are his harvest, and he is very close to accomplishing his goal, but he doesn't see it because he's like too focused on the burdens. He's too focused on the problems that he has in front of him. So there are a couple solutions, with the Ten of Wands. Number one, if you are carrying burdens of other people, you need to let those things go. If there are things you need to like forgive, for example, from the past, you need to let those things go. And also only focus on the things that are important. But, also sometimes we just need to realize how close we are to accomplishing a goal. And I feel like that's what you need to do here with the Ten of Wands. And it will probably help you not be burned out, right? With the so let's see, that didn't work. Let's see what is going on. With the Fool, you have the Nine of Wands. Again, burnout energy. Again, he's the wounded warrior. He's been through all these battles, and he's holding on to one more wand. Those 8 wands behind him kind of represent, the things that he's been through, but he's willing to try something again or do something again. And like I said, I feel like this whole reading is saying that you're about to do something again. With the King of Cups, you have the Star. There's definitely a connection between your heart and like your dream or what your feelings are telling you to do and a dream. And the Seven of Cups kind of says it was only just a dream, just like that Nelly song or whoever sings that song. I can never remember. But, I think some of you are looking at a dream and you're saying like, oh, this is only a dream. But the Star is saying like, no, it's not. The Star is saying this is the thing that you should be working towards, right? With the Ten of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, you need to follow your inspirations for sure. It's a very weird time. I think that, it's like we have these real world problems, but the universe is kind of like saying, yes, these things are real and they are blockages, like the economy or, whatever you want to say. And the Ace of Wands says, yeah, but if you follow your inspirations, you can pretty much have whatever you want. And, I think that is the thing that could really change the energy right now. Is if more people started living more inspired lives or, started doing things that, felt inspired instead of doing what they think they have to do. And so the Ten of Wands can represent obligation, but the Ace of Wands is only one wand. It is out with the old, in with the new. It is like saying, put down all your burdens and follow your inspiration, and because it's only one wand that you would be carrying. And even here with the Nine of Wands, he is only carrying one wand. So I think that's where this reading is going. Next, in the area of your messages from your future self, you have the Sun card. It says, the sun coming to shine its light to what's been kept hidden to reveal the truth. You have this tricky situation, which we kind of already talked about this. It says, a sly approach is necessary in order to safely navigate tricky situations. I feel like that is a lesson you've learned, is trust. Can you trust other people? Can you trust certain people in your life and all this other stuff? We've definitely talked about this before, Virgo. And, I feel that this is saying the truth is being revealed. You have the Seven of Cups and the Star, the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. On the Seven of Cups, I was hearing like it was only just a dream. Like I feel, some of you feel that something that you want to accomplish is only a dream, but really it's not. It's real, is what the Star is saying. Sorry, my camera is reversed, so I was going backwards here. But, the Star is saying, the Star really says that what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. She's pouring this water onto the land here, and that water is flowing out onto the earth. And on the Star card, it really represents, what's possible for one person is possible for everyone, because the water is, flowing out to the world. And the Seven of Cups is, just like looking up, dreaming of this dream that he wants to manifest. I feel like getting a bird's eye view would be very beneficial for you with the Star card. I said something last night. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was on the LOL podcast that I'm on. And I said that I really think that people need to remember like why they chose a dream in the first place. Like why did, what is your dream? And it's like, why did you choose it? Why did you choose it? Why did you choose it as something that you wanted to manifest? And why is this important? I have no freaking clue, but I would definitely do it. I think putting your dream into perspective is kind of what this reading is saying. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Everybody gets the Knight of Pentacles now. And the Knight of Pentacles says you need to start planting these seeds in this field behind you and they will grow. So I think it could be an amazing time of growth and expansion for you if you kind of like get started on manifesting whatever you're trying to manifest here. You also have the Hierophant, the Taurus card. The Hierophant is not necessarily a bad card, but I do feel the rules are changing, and the Hierophant is a certain dogma. The Hierophant is there are these certain rules that exist that everybody thinks they have to follow. But I think we're in a time with Uranus and Taurus where Uranus and Taurus craves freedom, and so if there are certain rules that are getting in the way of freedom, then people are just not going to want to follow those rules any longer. And so I would say, like, what rules are you following, and do those rules actually exist? And what I mean by that, it's like, the rules forever have been you go to college, you get a degree, and you get a career. But maybe that rule is changing, right? And it's not really a rule. It's just something that society says everybody has to do. So it's like, what are the things, 10 of Wands, that are actually a burden, right? I was a dummy in school, and I went to like 2 years of college, and I hated it. And then I dropped out. And, again, I don't regret it at all, because I just wasn't good at school, right? And so what I would say here is that this is saying, like, what societal rules do you think you have to follow, and do you actually have to follow those things or not? With the Seven of Cups and the Star, you have the Three of Pentacles. Again, more concentrated. This could be you finding more people that can actually help you. Three of Pentacles is, kind of teamwork, working together with other people. But it's a card of quality work, and it says whatever you are able to create is of quality, and you just need to keep creating whatever you've been creating with the Three of Pentacles. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Damn. Ten of Pentacles twice in your reading here, Virgo, which is amazing. The Knight of Pentacles would definitely be you kind of like planting your Ten of Pentacles, you getting started on building this. I like to remind people that, like, Ten of Pentacles doesn't just magically happen, and it is something that we work on forever. The Ten of Pentacles is, building or leaving a legacy, and that doesn't happen overnight. So, this is what you are hoping to build. With the Hierophant, you have the Lovers. Yeah, definitely could be new love as well. Again, I don't feel like love is really a very important part of this reading, but it is showing up as important, if that makes sense. And, Ten of Pentacles is amazing. Star, King of Cups, Hierophant is marriage, Lovers is love. So for those of you that want love, I mean, you could be attracting someone that you see as like the star or your star, right? Or you could be attracting someone who's very inspiring. For all of you, I would also say that the Lovers is sometimes a path. It was traditionally a card of being kind of at a crossroads. It was called the Choice, and it did represent a choice in love, but it could also represent a choice in any area of your life. And I feel like inspiration should be the choice that you make. You have this Moonlit card. It says embrace uncertainty. You have this Moon shining. It says stay in integrity. Yes, definitely. I almost feel like some of you are being rewarded for staying in integrity. I feel that maybe you had a situation in the past where you could have easily gone off and you didn't, or you could have easily kind of dipped down in your vibration and you didn't. And so I feel like you're being rewarded for that. I also feel there is uncertainty here. We talked about it with the Queen of Wands, and I feel that Queen of Wands is saying, yeah, there are certain things that you don't know how to do, but you will figure it out. You have the Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. This is all coming up in the area of the good stuff. The Eight of Swords does represent self-imposed restriction, but this is good in the good stuff. It would kind of say that you are setting yourself free, or you are finding a way to set yourself free, which is great. I also feel that for a lot of you that you could just be opening up to new possibilities or different ways of doing things, and of course that would be, great as well. You have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is about something new. So I feel like there's a new beginning coming in for you. I also do feel this could be communication with a person. There could be like an earth sign coming in for you. Earth, water, Aquarius, fire. I mean, you have everything here. So, it could be any sign that's coming in for you. But the Page of Pentacles usually starts as communication, and then it kind of goes from there. And you also have the Eight of Wands. Again, with the Eight of Wands always reminds me of, meeting someone through socialization. So I would say if you want love, I would definitely go socialize with people. That's probably how you're going to meet a person. You have the Nine of Swords. Again, the Nine of Swords in the good stuff would represent the end of a nightmare. So I feel that a lot of you are kind of removing or getting out of some sort of nightmare that you've been experiencing. So, again, I think this is a good thing. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, a lot of repeating cards already. Well, I shouldn't say already. We're at the end of the reading, but you have a lot of repeating cards here. And repeating cards are confirmation from the universe. This is amazing because it would say that you're getting unstuck. The Knight of Pentacles and the good stuff would say you're going from no progress to progress. So I feel that you are really, making things happen. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. Definitely could be a Capricorn. I'm pretty sure Virgo Capricorn is, considered a very good match. And so, definitely could be like Virgo Capricorn. It could just be a person with Capricorn in their chart or something like that. But it is standing out to me. Let's see. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. This would be very good for money. We see the Ten of Pentacles twice, which of course is good for money. The Five of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords in the area of the good stuff would say that you are kind of like ending a negative financial cycle. Or if you've been experiencing financial pain, then this could say you're coming out of it. You have this wedge card that says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. Everybody gets this card. I would say if you're meeting a new person, I would be careful of negative people who hate on the connection, basically, and it's just that simple. Everybody gets this right now. It must just be going around, right? And so I would be careful of that. You have this ear. It says good news. Yes. Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles would definitely be some good news coming in for you. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are messengers as well. So there definitely could be good news coming in for you. You have this Dark Man. It says dealings or relationships with a man with dark hair or complexion. You have this Rabbit. It says too much concern with sexual matters. So if you had a person who is like this, obviously I would avoid them or I would be careful of them. Even right after this retrograde we just had, a lot of people are getting stuff about people coming back, which can happen. It can happen after the retrograde happens. So, I would be careful of that. You have a Skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. So I would be careful of people who have secrets or secretive people. I would just be careful of those people who just seem secretive, right? And that's what I would avoid. You have this Lobster. It says financial pinch, which you've been experiencing. Again, I think this is a financial turnaround based off of that Nine of Swords and Five of Pentacles. So your finances should actually be improving at this time. But this looks really good, Virgo. Pretty straightforward reading. I like it. I would just focus on that Ace of Wands, that inspiration, but looks really good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.